the world's rarest, most expensive burl wood. Some insane wood grain here, some exquisite pieces, all kinds of potential. So this video, I'm gonna show you this amazing wood. It's called Amboyna Burl. Talk about burls in general, talk about figured woods, where to source some of this stuff, project ideas, but this is just such an interesting piece. I wanted to do a video just dedicated to this new wood I got and some pretty crazy things happening. So you can use the timestamps if you want to skip on around, but here we have it, Amboyna Burl. So first up, burl. What is burl wood? What are these burls he speaks of? So we're going to jump into just burls in general, but then talk about why most everyone, you do a Google search and they're going to say Amboyna Burl is the rarest and most expensive. It is pretty pricey. It's been used in all kinds of applications. But first, let's talk about what is a burl. So as a tree grows, sometimes a tree might encounter, a shock or some kind of, environmental factor, and then it starts basically growing a lump on the side. And there's lots of articles, there's a lot more information. The wood database is a great tool that I've used for a lot of different hardwoods, learning about the workability of the wood, characteristics and whatnot. But burls grow, and over time, they just can keep expanding them. And most people would think that they're unsightly. Well, deep within, it's just crazy figure. And so these are prized by turners, especially in wood turning, to do really cool, vases, bowls, platters. But it's also really prized by luthiers, right? Whether it's violins, guitars, Mercedes, right? Dashboards. This is really high-end items. I even, in researching it a little bit more, found out for a while the Chinese emperors outlawed anyone from accessing this. Only royalty could have it. Well, this particular wood comes from the region of Indonesia. So Indonesia, specifically, I think some people think originally Ambon Island or that region, type of trees, this variety grew. And so there's a lot of varieties. There's golden Amboyna, which is crazy, awesome. My brother-in-law, yeah, it's heavy. This is dense stuff. My brother-in-law's done quite a few pieces with this style. Then there's the red, even black. And, right now you can kind of see the color. You throw a little denatured alcohol on it and it just really comes to life. Just crazy figure. A little bit on this, and really why did I make such a large purchase, and why am I working with this? Let's jump into that. So my brother-in-law is kind of a jack of many trades. He does a lot of cool things. I referenced him a couple times on the channel, but he's a pen turner. He has worked with some crazy burl woods, and he's always loved working with Amboyna. And he just always has shown me all the crazy figure. I love working with figured woods. But he found this source to get a bunch of blanks, turning blanks, and then he said, hey, this guy's got slabs. So I looked into it a little bit more, and I'm a sucker for beautiful wood. And yeah, through Instagram, of all places, reached out to this guy showing all his slabs from Indonesia, and we kind of did a back and forth and ended up buying a couple slabs, and then found another guy on Instagram, very similar, some different varieties. And so I did 2 different orders, and we got this wood, and it made it here. And, it's crazy. This is stuff you can't find. If you try and look for Amboyna Burl here in the United States, like even going on eBay, something like this, $500, $600, $1,000 for one piece. Here, it's a lot more affordable buying from the source in Indonesia. You're gonna have to pay shipping, and shipping that is, it's a big chunk, right? So everything you see here on the table is over $2,000 of wood, but it is crazy figured, highly sought after premium wood. And so if you're making this for profit, if you're a maker and you want to sell items, well, if you're using a premium wood, you have a premium charge. A lot of my charcuterie boards and boards I've made, I use a figured Claro walnut. Well, no one can find figured Claro walnut like I can, so my boards have a much higher price than other people, and I sell out all the time because people want that figured wood. So here, I have this crazy exotic, you can't find it, especially in this size. Gonna make some really premium pieces. So gonna do some cool woodwork. Have to guess what I'm gonna make with this. Drop some comments down below. But anyway, I got all of this wood. So what's next? What's next with all this wood? If you've been following my channel for a while, 6'8 Woodworks, wood, slabs, woodwork, that's really what I started as, and that was all I did for years and years, and a lot of you came to that channel from this. the last couple of years, there have been a lot of great opportunities to support my family through partnerships with some other companies and the maker tools. And so I have branched out a bit in like these really cool lasers and other cool applications. Meanwhile, missing this love of wood and all things wood. And so not even on camera, I have 3 times as much of this in a lot of other varieties. So I've really been leaning into some crazy woodwork. Now, some of it will eventually be using those tools. I am going to showcase, some of the cool lasers and new tech, but also kind of back the roots of DIY, what you can make with humble, tools. Here's a drill and a track saw, or even just like a skill saw or miter saw. But some really cool projects. There will, obviously, you see the Burl, the live edge. I'm going to do some epoxy projects. That's certainly going to happen, but some other ideas. Guess, give suggestions down below. But what's next is I'm gonna start using this stuff to make some really cool things. However, there are some considerations. So if you're planning on doing Burl projects, if you're planning on, I'll link down where I found this stuff if you wanna buy it too. If you're planning on doing projects with Burls, and especially this kind of stuff that comes from overseas, I also did a big order of a bunch of olive wood and other stuff. Even if it says it's dry, it's not. It's soaking wet. And if you know anything about woodwork, you know you have to have stable dried wood. And so some of the stuff, is decent. But with the moisture meter, most of it came in around 30%. After I unwrapped it and everything, it kind of dropped to about 25, but it's got a ways to go. Another consideration, you're paying a premium for this wood. And if it's coming really wet, as that wood, if it dries too quick, it's gonna split, you're gonna get some cracks. And so this is end grain. Now, it's not like a normal part of the tree, so it's end grain because it's end grain, but a little bit different, but most of that moisture escapes this way. So this is where you get a lot of those cracks. And so probably what I should have done as soon as I got it, I should have put some wax on it right away. It's been here in the shop for, I don't know, about a week, and I'm already starting to see some cracks. But to work with this wood, if I want to use it at all, I need to get it down to a workable humidity level. And so typically, it just depends on your region. What is, I can use the moisture meter just on my other wood that's been here forever, my bench right here. And for me, it's like 8 to 10%. Some regions it's 12. Well, I got a ways to go. So I got a couple ideas on how I'm gonna bring that moisture down. Obviously if you have a local kiln, you could build a solar kiln. I think that's a project for me this summer for bigger slabs, some DIY kiln options. But here's my solution that I have for these pieces. And I kind of ordered these pieces already knowing it was gonna be wet. They didn't say it was super dry when I ordered it. I just had a feeling, and yeah, it's wet. Also, if you don't do the drying process or like that, you're not gonna kill, you're gonna have bugs. So there might be some lingering bugs, worms, termites, who knows? And you gotta get that temperature, usually people say around 140 to 150 at least, to kill off those bugs. So here's my solution and what I need to do next with these pieces. I'm giving you a little bit closer look, we can see we already got some cracks here. And these cracks are gonna be okay for how I'm planning to use these. There is gonna be some epoxy and I can fill that, and I'm okay with that. But that's certainly something to take into consideration. Obviously, your thicker pieces, the thicker slabs, this one's 60 millimeters thick, if it's really wet, that could happen. So the way to combat that is as soon as you get it, coat it with wax. There's other, treatments like penacryl and other ones. But yeah, we got some obvious bug signs. So I don't know if these were in transit, happened, but we got some checking, some cracks. But because I got bugs, because I got that, I have to figure out a solution. I mean, look at how crazy this is. Oh my gosh, I got to show you some more. Anyway, here's my solution. Yeah, there's the olive. It's an oven. So you can do an oven. I don't want to use my oven inside my house because I love my wife. And yeah, a lot of folks, what they'll do is they'll do a toaster oven. So you can find a cheap toaster oven, on Craigslist. That's still a thing. Facebook Marketplace, whatever. And you can, bake these smaller pieces, smaller ones like this. And usually folks, there's a variety of opinions online. People usually will suggest going, yeah, we're not anchored in at all. I got this big one. This is big enough to handle some of my bigger slabs. But they say, like 220, and some people leave the oven open a bit. And so do some research online. I'm gonna do a little bit more on my own, but that's my plan. Slow. You wanna go really slow to dry it out. One of the methods that you'll see in the videos is you can use a moisture meter for sure. This is one, I did a video years ago on this one. Let's see, make sure we're in hardwood. So hardwood here, yeah, 20%, 24%, 23%. So some is pretty wet. This one is pretty punky. So this one's fine, right? It dried out really quick. But some of the other ones, not so much. And then just check it periodically to make sure your moisture level is coming down. The other solution or method is to weigh it. So like, okay, this is 355 grams. And then you keep weighing it every couple hours. And once the weight stops dropping, you know that it's kind of acclimated and there's no more moisture in it. So you gotta get the moisture out. If not, these things are gonna crack, they're gonna break, especially if you're planning to turn anything with it, or if you wanna do any tables. And this is such a premium priced item, you don't want it to split and crack on a future buyer. So word to the wise, if you want to invest in all of this, you gotta plan for how to kill the bugs and then how to seal it. So hopefully this gives you a closer look. I did a little bit of that denatured alcohol, but the color is even deeper. I mean, it's just crazy. But getting some ideas of what I can make, folks, some crazy stuff is gonna happen with this gorgeous, gorgeous wood. So yeah, good stuff. So this is a little bit different than my normal videos. It's shorter. Normally it's a tutorial going through everything. There's always gonna be some education, a little bit in this video as far as the burls, but what am I gonna make? Lots of cool stuff coming, like a ton. Like look how much is here. I even have more off camera, some other burls, other varieties, a lot of crazy wood. What would you make? What would you make with this? What would you like to see me make with this? Obviously, definitely want to do some turning projects, but I got some other cool things, a little bit of epoxy, some other ideas. What do you think I should use these beautiful pieces for? What would you like to see? You can drop in the comments down below. If you want to see what I end up making, lots of other woodwork, consider subscribing to see more, lots of different wood projects through the years. A lot of cool, maker tools the last couple years, but doing a lot more woodwork here in 2026. So you can see some pretty cool stuff. Well, again, drop comments down below. Any questions? We'll try and incorporate it in the future videos, and also ideas, suggestions for this awesome stuff. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care.